Hey folks, one, two, three.
There's
Year 1 on Enoch, The Storm's Aftermath. Professor J.J. Karpinski, August 2155. Science and engineering teams concentrated on finding methods of forecasting future anomaly storms. It was hypothesized that the unpredictability of the anomaly was such that storms could not be foreseen beyond merely a few minutes in advance. A few minutes was scarcely enough time to evacuate. Realized that more deaths and the damage done to the colony due to the storms was inevitable. What could hope for was to create the infrastructure that might increase their chances of survival. Plan was set in motion that called for the building of multiple shelters and bunkers, both in residential and working areas. Crude technology used in the cement production allowed the cement plant to continue operating despite the anomaly's effects. Speed and efficiency were still severely impacted, as other links in the production line have suffered drawbacks, particularly the excavators in the quarry and mines. With their electronics rendered useless, many have explored alternative methods of achieving functionality more advanced than a light bulb. An audio hobbyist proposed using vacuum tubes instead of transistors. An initial prototype showed promise. A simple radio device appeared to have great resistance to the anomaly, with little damage noted. Although this technology wouldn't allow for the building of complex computers, it could at least serve as the basis for control systems or radio communication equipment, both of which are currently non-functional after the last storms that struck the city. Probably going to just sit down and read through them all. Need to actually do that. Go back to Witcher and do that. Like I said I was going to.
Zahidi, I'm crossing the bridge. Where can I find the truck?
There, there are old garages near the city gate. They probably would keep it there to protect against the anomaly.
Hmm. So much for going in quiet. Hold on, folks. The ECA spokesperson is preparing to make a statement. As of 1200 this afternoon, emergency curfew will come into effect, effective across the first city. All first citizens are ordered to stay indoors for their own safety. Violations will be met with heavy penalties. Outside of curfew, all first citizens will be required to carry ID at all times. Regular inspections will be carried out, and checkpoints will be set up between districts. Violations will carry heavy penalties. It appears that is the extent of the ECA's statement. So there you have it, folks. These dreadful riots are starting to get out of hand, as though things weren't bad enough. It was only a matter of time before the ECA responded. I don't know about you, but I tend to abide by the law. Suggest that you do the same and stay tuned to this broadcast for further updates. Another reminder that if you have friends and family that want to listen in, we are no longer able to broadcast a digital signal. They'll need analog radio devices to pick up our station. Okay, the door to the old man's hut doesn't seems to be this, and it doesn't seem to be operational. I'll come back later on and see if I can't get in there. But yeah, I'll probably be calling it soon. I'm getting quite tired. Seriously? Captain Serena. Sorry, my head's dead. Arm and a hand, yeah. Oh, that one's a lot better.
There's some notes here.
Colonist Handbook, June 2159. Retrieve your credit units from the ECA vault. You need credit units to access food, to purchase food, access amenities, leisure activities, and much more. The amount of credit units in your account will depend on investment you contributed to the ECA prior to departure. On credits, don't worry. All your working hours are logged, and credits will be automatically added to your account. Visit the Labour Centre for assignment. We value your expertise and proficiencies, whatever skills may be. The Labour Centre will identify your pre-designated work assignment to where you need it most. Please note, while we endeavour to provide work assignments that most closely match your skill set, establishing a colony on a new planet is an unpredictable undertaking. As a result, you may be sent to work outside your comfort zone. But rest assured, you'll be contributing towards the colony in the best way you can. Visit the reception centre for our living arrangements. Reception will guide you towards your new living quarters on planet Enoch. Your quarters will be equipped with running fresh water, access to electrical grid, and a bed. You're free to purchase further furniture and utilities such as temperature conditioning unit and storage units. It is time to enjoy your new home. Take time to rest and recover from cryostasis. Contrary to popular belief, cryostasis does not equal sleep. Living quarters have come equipped with sleep monitor to ensure you've enjoyed a full cycle of sleep. Get your rest before you get back to work. Alright. Okay.
Hey, Zahidi, I'm in. There's a lot of trucks in here. They all look the same.
I hid the briefcase under the truck's driver's side door. Just search them all.
That was easy. Whatever. Oh, nice. Even acknowledges it in cutscenes.
Make me dig my own grave next.
I really didn't expect them to kill her off so quickly.
This better be worth it.
Oh my god. It's still intact.
The satellite uplink.
The last satellite uplink.
So, that's what you were looking for when you found me?
Yeah.
And it still works? How?
The case, it's mu metal. It insulates. It's never been opened, so the electronics inside have been safe from the goddamn anomaly.
So, what does it connect to? The Flores. I thought it was all disassembled for the colonization.
Mostly. But we lost contact towards the end. Half of the resources we were meant to have are still up there. They're trapped in the supply pods. Seeds, electronics, hard drives full of data, all out of reach. We could rebuild civilization with those resources, but they're useless to us unless we can find a place beyond the storms. No, it might sound like a dream, but for those of us that believed, it kept us going.
So this is it. That's why Shira sent me to get you. She wants what's inside those pods. So, what do we do now?
Your frequency. I can use it to locate the source of the signal. I need to reach an antenna up high somewhere.
You got one in mind?
Yeah. Eagle Peaks. But, not yet.
I told you. Everyone who goes on this stupid mission ends up dead.
Moo metal. Moo. Well,
Only way to get some rest around here. Rest well, Jade.
guess you won't have to worry about shooting her brother, so. Endless dark, no place like home. And here's crafting. Crafting is used to improve your gear and tailor it to your playstyle. It's especially important on higher world tiers and in the endgame. Zahidi. Scientist Zahidi waits in your camp, ready to modify your weapons and armor. Crafting options include leveling, improving rarity, exchanging mods and variants, and raising attributes. Each crafting method uses different resources. Iron is used to upgrade weapons, armor uses leather, epic and legendary gear requires titanium. Exchanging mods requires a mod to be unlocked in your collection, and iron or leather. Raising attributes requires attribute shards. Should be a space there. Each crafting method uses different resources. Iron is used to upgrade weapons, armor uses leather, and it's basically repeats the information there twice. Selling gear, dismantling. When you sell gear to a vendor, you receive scrap. Scrap is base currency to buy gear. If it's behind the level, if your weapon or armor is behind the levels, buying a new one may be the way to upgrade. Instead of being sold, items can be dismantled to receive materials, shards, and to unlock new mods. Shards are used in crafting to improve items' attributes. Unlocked mods can be added to the collection and then be used in crafting to replace existing modifications. Just remember, multiple mods with the same name don't stack.
It's okay. I can wait. I will wait as long as I must, but I won't give up on you.
Who are you?
Are you lost, old man?
Are we all?
What are you doing here? This place isn't safe.
What do you see when you look at this shattered city? I see my own story in every street. I lived here through every crisis, every revolt and riot, till they tore it away from us.
Afraid I missed all that.
We lost Earth. Soon we'll lose this planet. We lose everything in the end. Maybe that's how it has to be. I left some things in my old hut. Valuable things. I couldn't survive a minute on my own. But I'd show you where they're hidden if you would open the way. Just like to go home once more.
Stay here. I'll handle it.
Please, find an old man's home. I cannot reach it by myself. My old home's near the radio tower overlooking the city.
Alfred McKenna. A tortured soul that seems desperate to connect with his past one last time, to see his old home in the first city. Alfred McKenna records registered him in 63. Those hollow eyes and humble demeanor, he easily looks 20 years older. They say he was born in Detroit, a city on a lake in the old United States, apparently involved in politics. He started as a city council member, ran successfully for mayor, and eventually made his way to Washington, running as a Republican for the House of Representatives. Would have run on whatever side he thought would win. Always savvy and political, his McKenna's skill at fundraising and palm greasing that assured his passage on the force, along with his entire family, a wife and 2 girls. It wasn't known when to bribe his way into the force. While the program depended on a meritocratic system to succeed, some of the ECA's ministers couldn't deny the merit of money. Of course, after departing Earth, these rich families would never have to face the wrath of those people left behind. Those seats stayed stolen. But many of those who earned their way onto the forest resented the president's so-called bought seats, not merely because of the bought seats' lack of experience jeopardized the colonization. Those who earned their way also had to leave people behind.
Zahidi's truck is in bad condition. I've scavenged all the useful equipment. Doc'll have to ride with us.
Outrider, what can I do for you?
The, anomaly. Can you explain it?
Well, short answer, no. They call it an anomaly because it can't be explained. It defies all known physics.
Well, an anomaly is just an oddity.
Force of this planet's nature, electromagnetic and gravitational. But it's also a kind of weather system that obeys rules and can even be forecast. Sometimes it shines, sometimes it rains. Mostly rains. I have theories, but the scientific method depends on observation, hypothesis, experimentation, and finally, peer review. The problem is, I have no peers left.
But yeah, an anomaly isn't necessarily some... Well, it's called the anomaly. You were saying it's called the anomaly because it's beyond explanation. That's not really necessarily accurate to anomaly, you know? Anomalies are oddities. They're out of the norm. Doesn't mean they're beyond explanation.
Why didn't we know about the anomaly before we landed? I mean, surely it must have shown up on the surveys.
I assure you, this is not the world we were promised. Every report that came back to Earth told the same story. They had found the Garden of Eden. Not some world that would be trying to kill us in every conceivable way. We would have stayed on Earth for that.
So what the fuck happened?
I don't know. My dad, he knew this planet backwards and forwards. He was on the Science Council that chose this world. Obviously, something happened during the 67 years we were asleep in hyperspace. Something changed this planet.
Wonder if that was humanity's first hyperspace voyage. Who knows, maybe they accidentally screwed it up with that. Probably not. It's probably more tied into the planet. Rather than them just whoopsieing with science.
Tell me, Dr. Zahidi.
Careful. That's the very last satellite uplink on Enoch. You don't know how long it took me to find it.
How did you even know to look for it?
My father. I found reference to it in his notes. After we landed, he was out here looking for a signal. Long before we were. He was the first one to send expeditions. And back then, I was just a kid.
You came to Enoch as a child?
Hmm.
Not many kids were on board the Flores.
My father, being who he was, had the luxury of bringing his family.
Paranoia. One sec. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Find a moment. I would like to hear more about your fellow Outriders. I was just a kid when they were all rounded up and driven off. Must have been fascinating for you, Outrider, waking up in the future.
Ooh, I'll need 32 titanium to do it. Oof. That's rough. Okay. Very nice. Ezra Zahidi. We saw that name on a sign back the way. Is he Ezra? That must have been the dad. Can't remember what this guy's first name was.
possible there are other Outriders still in cryo?
Well, it's entirely possible. Jane and I... We weren't expecting to find your team, and with insurgents closing in, we didn't have time to look for anyone else. I don't have to tell you how dangerous the first city is, but... I'd want to be the first to know what you find.
I'm curious too. I'll go check it out.
Just because you haven't found any other Outriders yet, it doesn't mean they're not still out there.
Here's hoping.
The cryopod I found you in was in an old medical lab near the river. You should start searching there.
Okay, I'm gonna leave this here. I hope you've enjoyed. Till then.